So EDP445 has finally responded to getting caught yet again trying to meet up with another miner, and his response is actually terrible. I wish I could say you guys would be surprised by EDP's response, but it's pretty much exactly what you'd expect from EDP. You know, he's not taking any responsibility for his actions, he's just completely deflecting. Now this response comes just a day after all of this information came out that he actually tried to meet up with some alleged 15-year-old girl for the second time. I mean, this is the second time. This is after the cupcake incident. And so he recently went on a TikTok live stream because for whatever reason he was allowed back on TikTok for a short while, just like he's been allowed back on Twitter for some reason. But yeah, they actually just banned his account. But before they banned his account, he went on live stream with a quote-unquote friend to talk about this entire situation. And I think this response to this entire situation that we're going to be covering is a perfect showcase of why the only reason that EDP can be stopped is by being put in prison. So let's play the first clip.
Let's just say, for example, if I came out, right?
Well, there's no if, because I mean it's out. Like,
well, no. I'm saying before, back at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
It's to say, for example, I came out, talked about it, right, and addressed it, all that good stuff, right? And then all of a sudden, are you bailing me out?
He starts off by talking to his friend on if, you know, he finally did end up actually going to prison. You know, they came and tried to lock him up. He goes, "Hey, would you pay for my bond to get out?" And his friend doesn't even reply. You know why? Because he knows the answer. No one is going to pay for EDP's bond, because I think everyone deep down knows that the best place for EDP is honestly in jail. I mean, he shouldn't be talking to minors in the first place, but most importantly, you know, he's tried to deflect and not take responsibility over the last couple years. You know, he said like he's been hacked, or like the pictures he sent to minors were, you know, fake or like AI generated. And it's like, okay, you know, maybe some people would believe that, but how are you going to say that, you know, you got set up and it was all fake when you showed up in person to meet two different minors? I mean, he literally drove out of his way to meet with these two minors, and there's no covering that up, bro. It's like only 18% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. Don't be part of the 81%. Subscribe to the channel. You have nothing to lose. The chat logs, you know, you could say that was fake, but you showing up in person to meet an alleged minor, you know, it's not fake. You knew exactly what you were doing, and you know there should be consequences to this situation.
Are you bailing me out?
Hell no.
Is Haley bailing me out? Is Jason bailing me out? Is Chris bailing me out? No. like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, and I'm not trying to throw you guys under the bus. That's not what I'm doing, okay? I'm trying to get you guys to understand where I'm trying to come from here, you know what I mean? Dude, I've even talked about this multiple times with my fucking sister, man, and like actual family. And they're all like, listen, man, you know, I mean, it's not just one attorney who's telling you, hey, keep your fucking mouth shut. There's what?
He says these attorneys he's apparently been talking to have been pretty much telling him to keep his mouth shut, which is actually crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand we need attorneys and stuff to defend people in the court of law and stuff, but why are they telling him to keep his mouth shut and not like turning this dude in? Seriously, that's absolutely crazy to me. And honestly, I'm a little 50-50 on if he's actually even talked to any attorneys, because, you know, where is he getting the money to talk to multiple attorneys? You know, maybe once he was doing YouTube, he had more than enough money to talk to lawyers. He hasn't had YouTube in years. It's been years now. And so I don't know where he's finding this money to talk to lawyers, and that's the thing. It's like, if they're telling you to keep your mouth shut, why are you on TikTok live talking to like almost 20,000 people, you know, where you could say like one wrong thing and then boom, the FBI's at your house. Like that's so idiotic of him. But honestly, I can't say I'm too surprised, since he, you know, was stupid enough to try to meet up with minors. I mean, not only is that disgusting, but it's also like criminally stupid to do it more than once. I mean, if you got called out the first time and, you know, these people showed up and called you out for trying to, you know, quote unquote, get a cupcake, why would you do it the second time? That's the thing that I really can't fathom. I mean, he really just cannot help himself that he did something stupid the first time, and instead of like learning his lesson and being like, hey, not only was that stupid, but it was disgusting, and, you know, maybe I should turn myself into the cops, he's like, yeah, let me do it again. I actually can't believe he actually did it again.
You know what I mean? Because when you're faced with a particular situation like that,
as you do,
you know, obviously you're going to do your research and you're going to try to like, you want to try to get the best person. You know what I mean?
Right. And one thing I am gonna say, I'm just gonna pause you for a second. Okay. So as you see now, damn, my sound kind of cut out. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. As you see now, like, as you reflect on it, you could see that the mistake that you made was not like coming out about it, right? Like, you could see that the advice from the lawyers didn't really help much, you know?
Helped a lot. I'm not in fucking jail.
I don't want to see you wind up in jail. I don't want to see you wind up in prison.
I really hate this part of the clip where he's like, well, at least I'm not in jail. It looks like the attorneys, you know, actually did help me out. And he's, you know, he's like scoffing about it. Like, you know, he actually did get away with it. And he completely did. He got away completely. You know, he's not in prison. He's pretty much has no legal, you know, repercussions after this disgusting act. And I think the thing that really worries me about this situation is this, it sounds like the second time that he's, for the most part, pretty much going to get away with this completely. I mean, it doesn't matter how much evidence there seems to be that gets brought against this guy, you know, trying to meet up with minors multiple times when he's like almost 35 or something. He hasn't been put in prison. I mean, where are the cops in doing, you know, an investigation or something? And it's almost arrogant of him, because honestly, I mean, I'm not surprised that he's arrogant, because, you know, there's no legal repercussions. I mean, he should have been in prison like 2 years ago, and this is the second time this has happened, you know, him trying to meet up with a minor, and it looks like he's gonna have no prison time again. It's absolutely crazy. And if you guys don't know enough about TikTok live streaming, which I unfortunately do, if you look at these live stream clips, you can see these little like rose petals and like little emoticons come up through the TikTok chat. And if you don't know what that is, that's actually people donating to EDP445. And there's hundreds of people donating to this guy. It's absolutely insane to me. Not only who is supporting EDP after all this, you know, concrete evidence has come out that he's trying to do creepy, disgusting shit multiple times, but who is dick riding EDP so hard that they're sending him money on a live stream where he's talking about getting away with trying to meet up with a minor for a second time? Like, what is wrong with these TikTok people? Like, don't get me wrong, you know, if they're watching and they're just trying to see, you know, what he's talking about, I completely understand that, but there's like people sending him hundreds of dollars throughout the live stream. That's absolutely crazy. And then his buddy says, well, I don't want to see you in prison. Like, bro, if you were a true friend, honestly, I think you would want to see him in prison. Like, imagine right now your friend gets caught, you know, 100% concrete evidence doing some crazy shit. You know, like me personally, I completely block him. I'd cut him off. I won't speak to him again, because that's a line you don't cross. But if you were a true friend, you know, this guy says he's known him for 10 years. Like, would you not want to see him in, like, at least, I don't know, like a psychiatric program or something to try to get him some help? Or like prison? Honestly, prison is the best case example, because he's just going to continue to make these same mistakes. And I think the scary thing is, it's very possible that one of these times that he actually goes up to meet a minor, an actual minor shows up, and it's not, you know, the cupcake incident or Jadeon, you know, making a prank on him. I think, you know what, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did meet up with a minor and we just don't know about it yet. He's just going to continue to try to get away with these situations. And why wouldn't he if he's not facing any like jail time or consequences? If he was a true friend, he would want to see his friend, you know, take some responsibility and honestly go to prison. I mean, I can't see another solution for EDP. You know, this guy's sitting by his side and saying, you know, it's time to own up for your allegations. You know, they're apparently friends, and he's saying it's time, you know, it's time to own up. He should have done it in the first place. And I think the craziest thing about that is EDP is just not getting what his friend is saying at all. EDP is acting like this guy is saying that he would get in trouble if he said something. But bro, you're already gonna get in trouble because there's video evidence of you doing this shit. It's no longer, you know, we don't need a confession from EDP anymore, okay? Like, if there's allegations against your friend and you continue to support them, you know what, I get it. I mean, allegations happen all the time, but when there's like concrete evidence, like there's video evidence that EDP has tried to meet up with a minor at least 2 times. At least 2 times. If you're still supporting him after that, man, I don't know what you're doing. I think if we lived in a more serious world, EDP would be in prison. You know, he would have went to prison 2 years ago when all that chat log stuff came out and he tried to do, you know, the cupcake incident. But, you know, a second time is just completely unacceptable. I think the good ending would definitely be EDP in prison, and I can't see another way forward. But that's just my thoughts. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you want to see the original video of EDP being caught, we made an entire video breakdown in this video. You can click here to watch it now.